Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you some versatile fragrances for the warmer weather. I have 5 here that are basically they're easy reaches. So they would work in an office type setting for sure, but they're also great for like going shopping, hanging out with the girls. They would work well in the evenings. They're sweet, they're happy, they're uplifting. They'd also work for special occasions. So these are essentially fragrances that honestly could be signature scent, super versatile, but definitely work in the warmer weather. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So the first one I want to talk about is an oldie but a goodie, and it is Scandal à Paris by Jean Paul Gaultier. Now this one's probably getting a little harder to find. I just think it is so beautiful for spring. This one has honey, it's got pear, and it's got jasmine, and it is sexy, flirty, feminine, but fantastic no matter what time of the day. Like, it just works. It's got that sexy factor, so it's gonna work for a date night fragrance. My husband really enjoys this one. He rarely comments on fragrance, and when I've put this one on, he goes, that smells good, which is like the most I'm gonna get. Well, he actually asked what this one was. So definitely love it. The honey is present, but it's not as animalic as the original Scandal. So this is like a little bit more of a fresher version of Scandal because of that added pear, which is definitely present. So the pear is like a fresh, slightly greener or youthful pear, not super ripe and juicy. But definitely gives it a bit of freshness and lifts up the fragrance so it doesn't get too thick or cloying. So even though this has the honey and the jasmine, which is quite sexy, because of that pear, it adds a freshness and a lightness, brightness that makes this really work. So love this fragrance. The projection's pretty good, longevity, moderate. It's one of my favorite fragrances, honestly, and it's just so beautiful. Very feminine, fun, energetic, but slightly sexy. The next fragrance I would consider a little more demure, a little bit more understated, but so gorgeous, and that is Trussardi Donna. So this is honestly one of my favorite fragrances. It's absolutely beautiful, and like as soon as I smell it, it just smells fresh. I'm not a fan of major freshies or clean girl vibes, muskiness, not a fan. But this I absolutely love. It opens with some lemon and some yuzu, and you definitely get the brightness, the lemon smell. The lemon yuzu combination smells almost as if it were a lemon curd. So a little bit sweeter, but definitely refreshing. This also has some white florals in there. They're not super heavy or heady, but they definitely add to the feel of femininity in this fragrance. And then it's got some woodiness. I think there's some vanilla in the base, maybe a little bit of patchouli, but I can't remember. It's up on the screen. But this fragrance, absolutely beautiful. It smells classy, sophisticated, not too much. So this is a great fragrance for work, for running around. It's elegant enough that you could wear this to a special occasion. I don't consider this sexy necessarily. It's definitely got enough sweetness in it that I can see that men would enjoy smelling this. It's not as clean girl as something like a light blue, but if you've smelt light blue and it's not really your vibe, you want something a little bit sweeter, a little bit more depth, this would be one to check out because this one has a similar, like has that lemon component, but just a little bit more complexity and definitely more longevity. So I love this. And it smells somehow bougie. Maybe it's mainly just because the bottle is to be so bougie somehow. Smooth glass, gold on the sides. This cap is just, look at the detail on the cap. Like, I just think it's so gorgeous. So absolutely love this fragrance. I don't know if I'd ever not want to have this in my collection. The next fragrance I got in the winter time, but honestly, it's best for spring and summer in my opinion, and that is Benjoin en Fleur by Claudio Zucca. This fragrance just makes me happy. Like, it just makes me happy. Honestly, Claudio Zucca has a lot of really fantastic fragrances. That there were several that I love. This one is one of my top picks, but my absolute top pick is one that has blueberry in it. That's a little bit more sensual and sexy, but it's so good. And I love blueberry and fragrance. Like, I just love it. But this one, I want to read the middle notes for you because it's got quite a lot of florals in here. It's got ylang ylang, jasmine, frangipani, champaca, heliotrope, orange blossom, and vanilla in the middle. The top notes are fruits, and it has red fruits, blueberry, cherry, apple, and bergamot. And the base has benzoin, amber, and musk. But I don't really get any of that. The florals, everything is just mixed together. I don't notice any of those notes. What I notice is clean, kind of a little bit shampoo-y feel, like a Garnier or something like that, where it's kind of mouth-watering, fruity, shampoo-y bubblegum. So there's a clean vibe to this. It smells clean. It smells crisp a little bit and relaxing. And I love it. It actually smells quite classy, even though it has a bubblegum vibe. Like, I would have assumed that there was tuberose in here because it has that bubblegummy vibe to it. No tuberose. So I don't get it, but all I know is it smells so good. My mouth waters when I smell it. I enjoy the cleanness of this. And to me, if you like bubblegum fragrance, but you're like, it's too juvenile, this is a grown woman bubblegum. It gives a bit of a wink or a nod to something that was a little bit more youthful, but then this clean, sophisticated aspect to this one, I don't know, like, I just love it. And it's just an easy reach. This is something that you could put on for work, for play, all of that, and it's going to work and it's going to smell. I don't know. I can see guys really liking this because it's got enough of that kind of candy vibe, but mixed with the clean. It smells like you smell all fresh out of the shower, but chewing bubblegum a little bit. I don't know. It's awesome. Love it. Somehow smells classy and put together, even though it has that nod to the bubblegum vibe. So yeah, I just think this is a really cool fragrance, something that I haven't smelt before, and somehow it's a bubblegum that doesn't smell juvenile at all. The next fragrance that I think is totally versatile, effortless, awesome for spring and summer is Angelica Flore by Ruse and Ruse. Now, I just mentioned this recently. The star of the show in this is definitely the iris and the patchouli. The patchouli doesn't come across dirty at all. It just kind of adds a little bit of a fizz or sparkle to it somehow. This does have Angelica present in the top and the base. I don't really get that. I mainly get that iris and that patchouli. It smells almost as if there's some vanilla in there. It's bright, it's cheery, it's energizing. It smells very feminine to me. So it's a beautiful feminine fragrance. I think it's a fragrance that men would really enjoy. Men really enjoy florals. So this one I think is perfect for that. And yeah, it's something that you could definitely wear to a wedding, to a brunch, something sophisticated. It would work for any sort of a daytime occasion. And honestly, like I said, like, it's reminiscent of that La Vie Belle vibe, and guys love that. So I can see this working really well for a date night as well. So love this fragrance, so good. Now the last one is a Middle Eastern pick, and it is Niche Royal Vert by Maison Alhambra. First of all, I am in love with this bottle. As Val and I had talked about this one compared to the Riffs version of, like, this is supposed to be duping Vert Malachite by the Armani Privé line. This one I don't think is as strong as the Riffs version, but honestly, I love this bottle. And the smell is very, very similar. This is kind of a mouth-watering yellow floral to me. That's primarily what you're getting, is a lot of yellow floral. It smells humid, like you're somehow in the tropical air. It's just mainly like jasmine, ylang ylang, like kind of that yellow floral, white floral vibe. It smells kind of tropical. This is such a gorgeous fragrance for like warm. I don't know why, because it smells like it would be overwhelming, but somehow it just works in the heat. So I think that this one is absolutely gorgeous. This to me would be, well, they're all kind of classy and sophisticated in their own way. But to me, this somehow just smells so relaxing, but so sophisticated, bougie, without trying too hard. And it's very relaxing feeling to me. So I think that this is perfect. Again, would work for any occasion, such an easy reach, but you have to love the yellow florals. So this one is, you know, that ylang ylang plus white floral. So ylang ylang and jasmine is primarily what you're getting, with somehow a little hint of green and some really delicious kind of mouth-watering sweetness. It's absolutely beautiful, definitely worth checking out. And I think that this is worth about 25 bucks. So the Riffs version, Luxury Vert, I think, that one is a lot more expensive. This one's really, really affordable, like 25 bucks. So I don't know, bang for your buck. I think that this one's probably the one I would choose, but I would say that the Niche Royal, or the Riffs one, it's, I think, around 60 bucks, but I think it's longer lasting. So it's got a little bit more longevity on it than this one. But overall, really happy with this one. So versatile, and 25 bucks. And for me, especially because we don't get a whole lot of warm weather in Canada. So in Edmonton, you know, we get May, June, July, August, and August is even starting to cool off. So we don't get a whole lot of summer. So if I can get away with spending way less on a luxury smelling fragrance, I'm happy to do that, because I'm not going to necessarily wear this in the wintertime. Although honestly, all of these fragrances could be worn all year round. Like I said, as a signature fragrance, they would all work beautifully. What about you? What are your most versatile fragrances for spring and summer? Leave it in the comments. I would love to know, and so would everybody else. If you've tried these, weigh in, tell me what you think. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.